That free piece one. Opening with the king. E5 is a d4 immediately. E takes d4. C3 attacks the pawn. D takes c3 cap. This move activates your. This is a fair trade. You take back. They overlooked an opportunity. It is better to avoid move. Their queen moves. Your bishop is undefended. They took your bishop for free. You can no longer castle. I like their choice. You escape the check from the. They move the queen to say you're dropping a queen. They missed a chance to win a queen. You captured back. You can pick up a free bishop. You got rid of the bishop. This move clears the way to. You exchange pieces of equal value. Recaptures. Your piece makes sure the opponent defending their hanging pawn. Not the best move, but not bad. They overlooked an opportunity. They exchange. You overlooked an opportunity to. They exchange pieces of. You overlooked an opportunity to prevent. They defended their knight, which was under attack. Your rooks are connected, which helps them work together. Decent move, but they had a better one. This move is okay, but not what I would have played. Their king steps away from the check. Your bishop is no longer hanging and is now This is a fair trade. Recapturing. Their knight comes into play. You dodge the check, moving your king out of. They made one of the top moves in this position. You overlooked a better way to evade the check from the. They've moved their knight closer to the center to. You captured a free pawn. Their pawn attacks your knight, kicking it out of its current position. You defended a knight by pinning one of its. They overlooked an opportunity to develop a rook off its start. You allowed the opponent to force eventual checkmate. They overlooked an opportunity to force eventual checkmate. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Precise move from your opponent. You missed an opportunity to evade the check from the opposing rook. They are right on target. You escape the check from the knight. This move still keeps their checkmate plan on track. You step your king away from the checking rook. This move still keeps their checkmate plan on track. You escape the check from the rook. They missed the forced checkmate, giving you. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. This move left their pawn hanging. You won a pawn for free. They moved their king out of the check from your rook. Oops, you gave up a rook. Capturing your hanging rook. You've activated every piece with this move. Their king steps away from the check. Not the best move, but not bad either. They move their king out of the check from. Yes, this is the way. Their king steps away from the check by your. This move is okay, but not what I would have. They move their king out of the check from your. You had a better option, but this is not bad. Your opponent's move wins your pawn. You step your king away from the checking rook. You can pick up a free knight. They missed. You captured that free knight. They move their king out of the check from your knight. Ouch, you left your knight hanging. Capturing your hanging knight. Very good choice. They played the strongest move available. You escape the check from the rook. They move the rook to safety. Not the best move, but not bad either. This move gives you the opportunity to win their rook. That rook was yours for the taking. Precise move from your opponent. You've just allowed your pawn to be taken without a fight. Your opponent had the upper hand, but ouch, you left your opponent had the upper hand, but now the game is ouch, you left your pawn hanging. They missed a chance to capture a free pawn. You dodge the check, moving your king out of harm's way. They are right on target. Good job. That's what I would have played too. You can pick up a free rook. You won a rook for free. You can pick up a free pawn. That pawn was yours for the taking. They played one of the best moves here. Nice, definitely the right move. They slipped up a bit here. Not the Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. Your opponent makes a pawn chain, making their structure more. Your move gets closer to checkmate. I like their choice. Getting closer to the force. They made one of the top moves. You continue the checkmate. They played one of the best moves here. You're continuing down the road. Their king steps away from the check by your. You're still on the road to checkmate. They played the strongest move of. You continue the checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You're still on the road to check. Their king steps away from. You continue the checkmate. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate. They move their king out of. Your position is still winning, but you miss. Their king steps away from the. Your move gets closer to check. They move their king out of the check. You're still on the road to. Their king steps away from the check. You continue the check. They move their king out of the. Getting closer to the forced check. They move their king out of the check from. You overlooked an opportunity to checkmate the king. I like their choice. You're still on the road to checkmate. They made one of the top moves in this. You could have ended the game sooner, but their king steps away from the check. You continue the checkmate attack. They played the strongest move available. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your rook. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your. You continue the checkmate attack. You missed an opportunity to checkmate the king. Precise move from your opponent. Your move gets closer to checkmate. You overlooked an opportunity to checkmate. They move their king out of the check from your. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. You continue the checkmate attack. Their king steps away from the check. You're still on the road to checkmate. Their king steps away from the check by your queen. You missed an opportunity to checkmate the king. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the check from your. You're still on the road to checkmate. They played the strongest move available. You continue. Precise move. You're still on the. They are right on. You continue the. They played the. You're still on the road. Precise move from. You continue the check. Their king steps. You're still on the road to. They move their king. You're continuing down the road. They move their king out of. You overlooked an opportunity to checkmate the king. Their king steps away from the. You continue the checkmate attack. They are right on target. You continue the checkmate attack. You're still on the road to checkmate. You missed an opportunity to. They played the strongest move available. You continue the checkmate attack. They move their king out of the. You're still on the road to checkmate. Your move gets closer to checkmate. Precise move from your opponent. You overlooked an opportunity to check. Their king steps away from the check. Getting closer to the forced check. They are right on target. Checkmate is always the best move.